in the Bowser fight, right? So this might be a difficult boss. No! This is not a difficult boss at all. The Harriet version of each fight is like the same. It's basically the same thing. However, Topper, his hats, there's only 3 of them. Mario Odyssey, made Topper, you have to stop at him twice, which makes the boss battle way too easy whatsoever, unless you don't know the actual control. See how you can possibly lose to this guy. And with that said, that's basically all I have to say for Topper. But before we go to the next one, please remember the Topper's the easiest boss. Okay, bye. Well, Madame Brutal should have been a way harder boss, and I'm going to be 100% honest. The idea with the golden chain jump and you having to knock off the hats is actually pretty creative. However, the way they did this is just horrible. It is almost impossible to get hit by her in the very first fight, as you simply be like this. Oh no, a chain jump! Throw a hat at him! Yeah! You can do it in time. And then, right when Madame Brutal's chain jump is about to hit you, you would simply just walk away. That was so easy! But anyways, being easy to avoid chain jump or not, this battle isn't over yet. Woohoo! No, but it's not much more difficult than that. Basically, once you capture the chain jump by knocking off the hat, and the hat just goes to oblivion. Why does it do that? Why does it do that? Is there something? Then what happens is Mario just simply runs away from Madame Brutal until he swings her. However, I feel like this even still could have been slightly more difficult, as if there were chain jumps. But instead of just one giant one, there could be 3 little small ones. And then you have to knock off all of their hats. And doing so, they turn into one huge chain jump that you have to capture. That'd be a lot cooler as well. So other than that, Madame Brutal doesn't have much else. I mean, like, the only other thing that would happen is you either hit her, which I have no idea why you'd run into her. But of course you could if you wanted to. There are rocks. Sometimes they have coins, sometimes they have hearts, sometimes they have nothing. You could have put one Nintendo that has something bad in it. Well, that's it here. See ya, bye. See ya. Yeah, we don't exist. Spirit is next on our list, and for very good reason. As Spirit definitely has the easiest rematches of all time. Spirit. Basically, this is what happens. I'm gonna spew poison. Mario can't hit poison. There's totally nothing he can do. Oh no. He's captured the poison. Oh no, he hit me on the head. Good thing I have my hat. Oh no, I got hit in the head again. Haha, I'm gonna be my hat. Now I'm gonna turn into the hat. Now I'm gonna run it more. Oh no, he hit me. Oh no, he hit me on the head. Oh no, he hit me. Yeah, basically that's exactly what happens. So basically, you're gonna get hit poison if you're way too slow. And second, if you run into him, like if you're really that bad. Okay? You could see this. So next on our list is Spirit. Okay. Yeah, we have. Okay. So you might be wondering, which Spirit is this? It's a Legend Kingdom Spirit. The first Spirit was in the little Wooden Kingdom, and the reason I put Wooden Kingdom was because if you're very bad at the game, there's so much space to run around. Here, there's almost nowhere to run around. You just have to like hope for God that you don't get hit in rectangle. However, I wonder why this is easier than the other brutal fights, as most of them include regular. The reason that this is easy is because his pattern lines don't change at all. Every single boss rematch has at least one difference. But nope, not this guy. Yeah, sure. Yeah. And because overall, Topper is the easiest boss only in Cat Kingdom, that is why Spewart is getting this place. And you might be wondering, well, what about the other boys? Why are they not here yet? Because their gimmicks do change as well, except for one guy. But anyways, so this is why I'm putting Spewart this low again. Because Spewart is the exact same thing, except now it's in a rectangle, which doesn't make it nearly as easy, but it's still way too easy. Like way, way, way too easy. Hello, I exist. But for real, Spewart is actually just bad. Straight up bad. Straight up easy. And yes, compared to the other bosses, there are some other ones that are also easy. But Spewart in the dark side might think that this is difficult. Well, it's kind of difficult. The anti-gravity makes it pretty difficult. But like Wicked Kingdom, there's so much space to run around. And it's also pretty easy to hit him. The reason he stays in the center. This is the center. I am in the center. Nothing is going to hurt me. Here's the thing. Spewart poisons the floor. However, the no gravity almost helps you. Literally jump and then fall back onto Spewart's head without needing to carefully avoid the poison. So yeah. Good job, Spewart. You suck. Finally, the different boss than Spewart. This person right here that I'm pointing at, totally Spikeball. Spikeball is our next section. As you can see, above me and around me, you can clearly see where this is taking place. Sand Kingdom. Anyways, so you might be wondering, why is Harriet high on this list? Well, it's easier than just jumping on somebody's head. Harriet, if you jump on her head, when she has that hat on, she won't die. So what you need to do, you see that little spiky ball? Well, she'll throw one of them, and then you avoid it. Then you throw another one of them, then she throws another one of them, and then you avoid it. Then she does a big one. Then you use Cappy and hit her. You might be wondering, this could actually be a challenging boss fight. And then you realize that you can just hit the first bomb and then just break the spike top, and then you can jump on her head. But when she is in her so-and-so called hat, it's actually way more difficult than, say, Spewart's, for example. Topper's is definitely the easiest. Just jump on his hat when he's in his hat. Same thing with Spewart. Harriet has the second hardest because she puts bombs, and if you don't hit them back at her, it's going to leave a fired hit for like 10 seconds or something. So Harriet doesn't really have much other than that, but jump on her head, and there's a time limit to jumping on her head. Yeah, cool. Okay, next boss, moving up next. Oh. There's only one left. Harriet is not going to be the exact same as Spewart. Trust me, we're not going to do it all of Harriet's boss fights. But this version is actually even easier. She throws two bombs instead of three, which makes it easier for you to hit a ball back at her in the first phase and then just jump on it. So yeah, this is the exact same thing, except with two bombs. That's a huge difference. Huge difference. Wow, you guys really thought it was Harriet. The next entry is Mecha Wiggler. You might be wondering, why do I put Mecha Wiggler so low? You might expect it to be after every single brutal, because it makes sense. Rude, little, is that what I said there? I don't care. But Mega Wiggler, actually pretty easy. That's just my opinion. Now, you guys may have a huge disagreement or a huge agreement. So here's my reasoning. Okay, so Mega Wiggler is a wiggler. That's Mecha. Okay, but for real. Mecha Wiggler has to climb on the walls, like this one right here. Like that. And what you have to do is she's going to shoot you. Pew, 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 pew. And you have to avoid it. Well, that's pretty obvious. What do you have to do to hit her? You might be thinking, maybe groundhound one of these orbs right here. Or maybe you have to wait and then you have to jump on his head. No, you capture a little tank named Sure and you shoot him to death. And yet it's not very difficult. Plus, Sure can even shoot the projectiles shot at him. Once losing a health or HP, then he is going to go Super Saiyan mode and he's going to start teleporting. This isn't very difficult, though, to avoid if you're a god like me. See that screen? Mega Wiggler's going to come and get me. Oh, no. Where do I go? She'll never get me in the corner. Anyways, Mega Wiggler, as tough as he can be, isn't very good, especially compared to the next boss on our list. Wait, no. He is kind of a thing. But anyways, of course, the same. See ya! Did this? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, our next entry is supposed to be Rango, but obviously you can't see his head. Well, he is a tall dude. Moving on. You can't fit, bro. But anyways, my point's still the same. Okay, so Rango is the next one. He's tall. And for some reason, you can't jump on his... No, wait, no, you can't. You can throw his skip. Hear me out. Rango is so tall that you can't see him on my screen. So you might be wondering, why am I putting it this low? It's so tall, you can't even see the screen. Well, my answer to that is simple. Rango throws these hats. Spiky hat, in fact. The reason that I'm putting it this high, or is this high on the list, is because, drum roll please. It's all about once you hit him. Once you hit him, he's going to go target activated. And yes, while you can get him out, a little hat, most of the time it's very difficult as you're either going to take damage doing so or you're just going to fail and take damage without doing it. So basically, your options are run away. Until he's finally done, or you could just hit him like a speedrun player. Yeah, sure, speedrunners have done it, but I won't. Anyways, that's all I have to say about Rango, except it is the last of the 4 brutals, and then we have all the matches. Bye-bye. Video because all of these bosses are way too easy, and I'm not saying any of the hard ones yet. We're going from easiest to hardest, okay? You might be wondering, Torque Drift is harder than Rango? What? And you probably never played Mario Odyssey before. Most people know that Torque Drift, this alien creature thing, is a hard boss fight for beginners, that hard boss fight. But if you wait 10 hours, then you die. You might be wondering why if you just not fight him. Because he steals all the flowers. No! My actual reason that Torque Drift is this high, this guy, I don't even know why he looks like this. Anyways, Torque Drift is so high in my reasoning, which I haven't said in 10 hours, is because, simple, Torque Drift has lasers. And you know what? I'm going to give it to you. Torque Drift would have been a way harder boss if he actually used those lasers in fight. No, he just does a homing attack. like Sonic and Smash Bros. Okay, but when he does actually fire, he shoots a like flame thing. It's similar to Harriet's bombs. And the reason that I'm putting him higher than Harriet herself, you can shoot the bombs back at her. Torque Drift does it from above, and you can't see the bombs. The bombs like go at lightning speed, but nothing else does. And that would make the Harriet fight significantly easier. But the true reason why he's still this high is because of those lazy ladies. Wait, is that Lay's Classic Chips? Is that actually Lay's Classic Chips? Of course it's not. It's lasers. Lasers are very, very, very difficult to avoid if you didn't capture it upright because you didn't know how to play and you wanted a challenge. And yeah, both those things are cool. Except for the fact that the first time she shoots one laser, but Torque Drift will eventually shoot 3 laser, 1 laser. Wait, what? How do you say his name? I don't know how to say his name. Octopus guy right here. Yeah, him. Of a very easy one. Now, yes, he's harder than Torque Drift, and you might be wondering why. He has a way better homing attack, and even if you did hit Y, this is what happens. Oh no! It's a bomb. Cappy, capture it. No, blow up. It's very, very simple. Basically, you cannot use homing attacks. But thankfully, this is an entire kingdom battle. No, I'm just kidding. We're doing the rematch version. But I'm actually doing the rematch version. This one is way easier because you have unlimited water with the gushing. So you can just fly forever. You won't run out of water. Your only downside is if you only capture the gushing, then there's no crowd. I might be wondering why this is harder than some other bosses. Well, the painting rematches, I really do not like to count. So, like, you won't see any Torque Drift or Knuckle Attack rematches because I don't count those as rematches. They're just paintings. So, if you're wondering why I include this one, well, basically, what I mean, you guys really want to know it, was when this little mouse. Hold on, I'm resetting this. You did not see any of this. You can move it. Oh, it's you. I forgot about this guy. Well, you have an entire kingdom? Get it, Yoshin? That's about it. Just bonk his head and die. That's my new one. Editor, please keep that in. I like that. Knuckle Attack. Yeah, sure, just put him. Okay, Knuckle Attack. I'm trying to get an area where you can see both of us. Now invisible. Knuckle Attack is one of the very easier bosses. Wait, what am I saying? Knuckle Attack is one of the harder bosses in the game, as he has icicles. And he has a huge fist, as you can see in the picture. You see those big boy fists? He's ready to pummel you. He's ready to face his knuckles inside. Anyways, his fists are his downfall. Except he doesn't fall down, he falls up. What? Knuckle Attack will do? He'll make icicles rain from the sky! And it also hurts him! It'll hit his hand! You guys might be wondering why this one is harder than the other bosses. Again. Well, it's because it's very, very, very difficult to run away from his clapping move, in which he does this. And yeah, he does it 3 times, meaning that you can literally die from invincibility for him just a thing. But thankfully it is. You send out icicles, you gotta hit him, which is actually way more difficult than you think. It's actually sort of difficult to hit the icicles. But I can hit him, as you can see right now. Yeah, buddy. Anyways, that's about it for Knuckle Attack. Moving on. Finally, after all this time of being the easiest boss ever, Topper is back, and he's not going to go down without a fight. Topper now has 3 hits. Yay! Finally, a boss with 3 hits. Finally, not 2-hit boss Topper. Yay! That is totally why he's so high up here. Okay, wait. Topper now has 700 million hats. Well, I guess you didn't see that one coming. This big boy is now not big. Oh, where's the shrimp? Anyways, Topper now has 700 million hats. And unless you jump on him, it's very, very difficult to hit him. You might be wondering why it's harder than knuckle attack. Because it's almost impossible to jump on him, especially if you're farther away, because that's most likely where you're going to be. So you have to wait hours. No, not that long. We have to wait forever just to hit him once. Then he goes into 1,000,000 hats, and they can all hit you. And this is definitely the hardest brutal fight when they go into their little shell of them all. And yes, I mean it. And congratulations, Topper's on you. See ya! Well, an electricity dragon. What a cool idea to put into a Mario game. And he almost made it to the top. Except I did. I'm at the top. Anyways, jokes aside. This guy is the Lord of Lightning. Well, you guessed it. He's the Lord of Lightning. Literally. That's literally what he shoots. Lightning. But this dragon and beast is very strong. It's also very difficult to avoid his attacks. And yes, while this could be harder this could be harder without hearts, this thing right here who revives our lives and I don't like can make it way easier. What? Why is hearts gonna make this battle easier? Well, you see, you get hit by him a lot, especially if you actually climb the dragon and you're doing it like the worst timing, then you're so gonna get blown off and take damage. Basically, here's how this works. You avoid his attacks again, and then you climb on the dragon, and you take his little, like, Bowser thing. It's like a Master Crown kind of from Kirby. That thing up there, if you, yep, let's continue that right there, is where you have to pull all the spikies out. When you do that, you beat him. Except there's a very strict time limit that makes you have to do it, or else he's going to blow you off. No! How hard could it be to be this high on the rankings? Well, I'll tell you how. Low gravity. The chances of you hitting her first bomb had decreased so low that it's almost impossible to hit her. And when you do get the spike jump off of her, you're going to think it's easy to jump on her head. No! Not only does she run fast, but you completely missed her jump. Okay. Yep. Let's move on. Okay. Temporized version. Okay, the exact same thing, except now you're in ice, so it's way harder to actually jump on his head because you slip. And again, similar to here, it's not a big difference at all. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. Bowser is definitely not this high. And you know what? I'd say you're right. I'd only say Bowser's not this high. And that's what I realized. Why should there be 2 Bowser fights? There should be like 1. The final boss. That's how the game works. So you know what? Let's just pretend. This is 2 Bowsers. No, I'm just kidding. Cloud Bowser is this high. You might be wondering why. Well, the ending, it'll jump scare people with a tail sword. Nobody's gonna see it coming. Like nobody. Who's gonna see it coming? In which case you're gonna take damage and have to do it all over again. Anyways, the reason that I'm putting him this high is because he has shockwaves as one. It's an arena that you could actually fall off, which is definitely something that makes it way harder. If you're like really bad, of course, it doesn't make it that much more harder. And finally, the last notable thing about Bowser is his very, very punching hat. Now, sure, you're not going to miss it half the time, but sometimes you will. And honestly, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Before you leave in the comments down below, Bowser was supposed to be before Mecha Wiggler, right before Mecha Wiggler. So before you put your hate comments in, just tell me that right now I am forgetful. Unless you copy paste this before Mecha Wiggler. I mean, if you did that, then everything I said gets reversed. Okay, see ya. It's the last boss of the day with the Brutals in it. Okay, let's do this nice and quick. All right, here we go. So basically what you need to do is you have to climb up the little you have to climb up the rubber bridge and hit every single one of their bubbles. As you can see, Rankin is currently in one. And then in order to climb up, you have to break one of the rubber bird's legs by poking with a Pokeo and the bomb. Then he's gonna fall over. Then you climb up and destroy one of the bubbles. As you can see, right. I'm not very good at doing this. And he can occasionally shoot out rings and be invulnerable. That's it. And for the first time ever, Bowser is not last place. Yes, you heard me right. Bowser is not last place, everyone. Okay, you might be wondering who's last place. Well, you see at the very end. Okay, Bowser, right here, the boy is right here. It was Bowser. It's the exact same thing, except with more hats. And he also breathes fire now, which is very, very difficult to avoid. You have to jump at the perfect time. And I gotta reset this because Petra just charged. Be quiet, please. I can't help it. Okay, redo. And for the first time, final boss. On our list is the final boss. And so basically, what he does is he pulls fire. I think there's more hats. That's about it. Oh yeah, and there's also way more tail swipes. Yeah. So that's basically about it for Bowser. But there is one notable thing here. That is, if you avoid the fire, which is very difficult to do, then and you start running away, he's gonna just target you. He's not gonna not target you. All right. I don't think we need to talk more about Bowser as we did in the very first one. I know people are screaming right now. Cookatiel is first. Might be wondering why. Why is Cookatiel first? Of all people. Cookatiel takes 1 hour to hit. And I'm not joking. Like, it literally took me an hour to hit her. Okay, maybe it took me like 10 minutes. But still. Anyways, Cookatiel is one of the hardest bosses. And it's not very difficult until you hit her twice. Once you hit her twice, then it's almost impossible, at least for me, to get up the little paths and then hit her on the head. And doing so, you'll cook her. I mean, she's a bird. Good birds, you know, like chicken. Basically, I get so frustrated when I feel like I hit her, then the time limit goes up, and I missed by like an inch. I'm that close. Along with this, she'll also spew out a couple of fruit, which is pretty easy to avoid, especially at the level. Anyways, that's it. And also, if you heard Dark barking, it was to say, hit the like button and subscribe, or else I'm going to bark at you all day. And that's all I have for you today. See you in the next one.